face later. Okay, mo fẹ́ mọ àwọn tó máa believe in later. Ṣebí ayé ti gbà yín nísìnyí, ẹ máa ṣe lé, ẹ máa ṣe bóyá wù yín, ẹ máa ṣe kẹ́ ṣe dáadáa o, ẹ ṣe kẹ́ bá jẹ́. Nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ gbọ́ later, make anybody no come tell me say, we have tried our best, we have done many things before, now government knew that. Tí n bá máa gbọ́, máa silent mo ní bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn mọ́. But mo fẹ́ gbọ́, ẹ ṣe everything torí àwọn tó mọ̀ ọ́ ṣe, tó fẹ́ ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀, wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ká gba justice ni. But ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ṣe kí ni, tẹ́ ẹ stubborn, tẹ́ ẹ yarí, ẹni pé rárá ẹ̀ nígbà fún anybody pé ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe, ẹ ṣàrí pé ẹ ṣe kó jẹ́ o, ẹ ṣe kó jẹ́. Nǹkan tí ẹ ní experience ẹ jà fún justice rí láyé yín. Àwọn tó ti ń jà fún justice látàrí Genesis ẹ jẹ́ kán ṣe. Ẹ wá ń fi iṣẹ́ Mohbad, ẹ wá fi nǹkan Mohbad, ẹ wá fi ń kọ́ṣẹ́, ẹ wá sọ the empire. Ẹ ṣe kó jẹ́ o, bó bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe yẹn, ẹ ṣe kó work out. Otherwise, bàbá Mohbad ẹ ń fúnra yín, àwọn public ọmọ béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín torí everything la máa analyse, gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tẹ́ gbé everything la máa analyse, a dẹ̀ máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín tó bá yá ni. A máa pamper yín torí a ṣì wà in the process. A máa pamper yín díẹ̀díẹ̀ because we are in the process, okay? But bá ṣe ń lọ síwájú, a máa watch lọ, a máa wo bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ betray Mohbad. Anybody tó bá fẹ́ betray Mohbad, Nigerians wọ́n máa mú imọ́lẹ̀ ní wọ́n máa mú yín, okay? Mohbad kì í ṣe ní tó máa pa tó máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ẹ pa Mohbad tán, ẹ wá gbé wa sí depression. Gbogbo depression tẹ́ gbé wa sí ẹrù bóyá a kò máa wake up from depression just for one day, right? A máa change ẹ̀sìn gbogbo lórí ni. Okay, sí gbogbo everybody lórí, a máa change ẹ̀sìn lórí ni. So that's how it's gonna be. So you guys, you've heard me, right? That is our stand. We will be patient, we will stay quiet. Nobody should drag legal team. Don't drag who you want, leave them. They know what to do. They are the best. They don't need whatever you want. If you have money, support them. Okay? Let them do it how they think is the best. But they should not come and tell us, complain later, that government is not good. Okay? Because from the beginning, we know that we want to fight against government. And there are strategies to fight against government. It's not to just write application. Embalming case is still there. Embalming gan, àwọn ẹlòmíì wọ́n force yín kẹ́tó gba case embalming ni. Ẹ wá ń take glory nísìnyí pé ẹ̀yin lẹ ṣe embalming. Àwọn ẹnìkan lọ post ní Punch. Ẹ wá ń take glory pé ẹ̀yin lọ. Ẹ ṣe lọ wá ẹnìyẹn wá, kẹ́nìyẹn wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣebí email ni. Email táwa ti send láti bí February. Tí a ti send sí NMS. Tí NMS ti confirm pé àwọn ò ní anything like that. There is no Mohbad sample. Láti bí February tí gbà ṣe wá ń gbà nísìn ó wá di achievement. Ó wá di achievement pé ẹ lọ sí NMS ẹ lọ confirm ẹ̀yin náà ẹ rìn lọ. Àwọn òpònú lẹ́wọ̀n àwọn tó ní brain. Even though àwọn Lady Harris, àwọn Susan tó ti pé Bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀, okay? Wọ́n ti ṣe ìwádìí tiwọn kan tó kí bàbá tó lọ sí Bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀, wọ́n ti ń sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ pé kò sí kankan lẹ́niwẹ̀ ẹ gbọ́rọ̀ sí wọn lẹ́nu. Ẹ kì í gbà fún anybody torí ẹ fẹ́ gba glory yẹn ẹ ṣáà ti gba glory nísìnyí. Ẹ ti gba glory pé ẹ̀yin lẹ lọ wádìí, ẹ̀yin lẹ lọ rí pé yes pé it was not sent anywhere. Ẹ̀yin ni the first tẹ lọ wádìí. Good work, ẹ ti ṣiṣẹ́ dáadáa, iṣẹ́ takuntakun, ẹ kúṣẹ́ takuntakun. Aye, good work, okay? Yes. Tó bá yẹ pé ìyẹn ni nǹkan tó fẹ́ fún ọ ní justice tẹ́ lọ ṣe tẹ́ ń pè ní achievement. All right. Àwọn òpònú tó ń bá yín náà tó ń bá yín kiri títí ẹ pé wọn lè béèrè questions. Iye báyìí nìkan ni wọ́n ti ń lẹ́nu láti máa béèrè questions. Tó bá lọ sọ́dọ̀ platform, wọ́n máa ṣe bí ọ̀dẹ̀ ní bí ẹrú báyìí. Ẹ ń ná owó yín. Gbogbo ìlàkà yín, gbogbo everything tẹ́ ní ẹ ń distribute yet ẹ tún lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti béèrè question. Ẹ lè stand ground ní ṣé anybody ń bọ̀ yín ni? Ṣé anybody ń ra dáadáa fún ní Aloba family ni? Ìyíba ilẹ̀ tí ń lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ láti sọ tẹ́ bá rí wọn ẹ lè mọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa jẹ́ nǹkan kó iṣẹ́ dáadáa. Ṣebí I don dey watch ọ̀nà màá wá watch yín lọ. So kọ́ àmà di ké bóyá I'm on you guys way kí Papariano is always against everything kó bá lè dání but tí ọ̀rọ̀ wa bá ti pọ̀ jù tó bá yẹ kí bóyá ẹ̀rí kó ti pọ̀ jù so kí la máa ṣe wọ́n ní ẹni tá a bá wí kóun náà kó gbọ́ fún torí ta rẹ̀ ni. So kò sí problem, I ma support in the best possible way ta lè support. Can anybody ma complain, okay? So káṣá máa bá lọ báyìí kọ́lọ́run kó jẹ́ fún gbogbo wa inshallah. Inshallah. A máa rí justice gbà, ayọ̀lá dẹ̀ máa fi kẹ́yìn ẹ̀, so ayọ̀lá máa fi ṣe at the end of the day. So that is for that. And I think I've been able to cover few things there. I've been able to cover a few things there. And so I don't know. If you have any question, you can ask. And then if you don't have, then we can have a little bit of a break. Like I mean, I'm gonna pin your account like what we are doing. Okay. Pin your account and let's grow your account, have fun, enjoy in this particular case. Okay. But there's life after this moment. Okay. And may God help us all. Nobody knows how to do the best. Sometimes we have to listen to each other. So that something will not spoil. So that is it. That is it. That is it. Yeah. It was painful. But I didn't want to like that. The lady and all of those people that were telling me that, oh, they think you have changed. All the things that making me you are could send anyone to live. But I'm a shape with shake me. I shall want scammer one can shake me. Does scammer don't swear? Scammers, to have a scam money, it only take me to come here. Mama shirike mo bí pẹ́ẹ́rẹ́ ta mí ni ẹ̀yà wèrè ní ẹ̀mọ́ gangan ni. Àwọn ilé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọnú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ délé ayé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọnú ayé àbí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọnú ayé mama scam yín mama sunkún ẹ̀yà wèrè ẹ̀mọ́ gangan ni. Science la fi ṣe science ẹ máa fọpọlọ tó ni anything that anybody bá sọ ẹ máa gbé ẹ máa yẹ̀ wò ọ̀rọ̀ pé bóyá ènìyàn sunkún ọ̀rọ̀ pé bóyá òfìtara sọ kọ́ bàbá aláyé farabalẹ̀ okay. Eléyìí tẹ́ sọ yìí nìsín ìgbà wo lẹ máa ṣe lẹ́yìn eléyìí ìgbà tẹ́ ẹ ṣe léyìí báwo lẹ ṣe follow ẹ up èwo lẹ máa ṣe later ẹ máa bèèrè àwọn question tó wọ́n máa set wọn up ẹ máa mọ̀ bóyá yes pé wọ́n ṣe àbí bóyá wọ́n ṣe mò ń fún ní eco mò ń fún ní scope everything but for them fún wọn láti máa sacro ní báyìí ká ní pé Papariano pé Mohbad jẹ́ bóyá ọmọ àbúrò mi àbí bóyá family mi àbí bóyá bí àbúrò mi okay. So èmi máa wá rí platform kan níbi tí wọ́n ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad máa wá ní pé mo lè lọ èmi Papariano ikú Bọ́lá jẹ́ máa wá ní pé mo lè lọ máa fi gbogbo yín pátápátá máa fi gbogbo yín ṣe family ni everywhere tẹ́ bá lè dárúkọ àbúrò mi báyìí máa wà láàrin yín ni ara máa yá mi ni èmi ni ọlọ́rọ̀ náà èmi ni ọ̀rọ̀ kan náà ara máa yá mi ni bọ̀bá tí mo wá lọ́ba family bí kẹ́ bóyá à ń fọ́ọ̀sì wọn ni nǹkan tí wọ́n mọ̀ kàn jẹ́ káwọn tó mọ̀ ṣe kàn ṣe pọ̀ tó jẹ́ kàn ṣe nǹkan kan wà náà nǹkan kan wà lábí nǹkan kan wà tó ẹ pé kòkòrò wà tó ń jẹ ẹ̀fọ́ kòkòrò kan ń bẹ níbi kan tó ń jẹ ẹ̀fọ́ tá àti wá rí tá a sì máa rí at the end of the day ó máa cast ṣe bí ìgbà tí mo kọ̀ fún GoFundMe ìgbà tí wọ́n gbá mi sẹ́yìn tí wọ́n gbá mi àwọn èèyàn wọn ọmọ kan tí àwọn pípò yẹn ṣe sí báyìí o gbogbo pátápátá wọn ọmọ kan tí wọ́n ṣe but mo ti dáríjì mi mo ọ̀rọ̀ justice la ò fẹ́ justice of Mohbad là ń wá èmi mo lè máa attack the personality wọn torí as in but personality wọn try on different areas okay èmi mo sì fún fracas there's time for everything alright when I look at gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tá a sọ pé káwọn pípò kan ṣe tí bá wọn ṣe gbá mi sẹ́yìn àti ṣe léyìí àti ṣe yẹn wọ́n mọ̀ pé tí wọ́n bá complain fún mi máa ń béèrè evidence so wọ́n máa lọ sí other platform tí àwọn host olórí burúkú tí wọ́n lè ronú wọ́n máa lọ máa jókòó síbẹ̀ wọ́n máa parọ́ fún wọn àwọn yẹn ló ń gbà fún yín tó bá yẹ tèmi gan irú case báyìí ká má tẹ gbèsè Yorùbá ká yọ anything àṣà ká yọ kúrò ń bẹ̀ àwọn tá a bá ní case kì í ṣe àwọn tó ń lo àṣà àwọn tó ń lo science ni ok ẹ máa wá fi òwe bá everything jẹ òwe ilé àwọn kì í ga ju onírè lọ eléyìí ò kì í ṣe eléyìí lọ ẹ máa fi bá irú ẹ jẹ ẹ ká lo English law ká wà activated ká wà active ok kó má sí anything ní whatever ká sọ ká fi ṣe English case ẹ máa lọ fi ṣe tiwantiwa ẹ máa lọ bàjẹ́ nìsín tiwantiwa I swear ọ̀rọ̀ case Mohbad ó kà mí lára gan but kí lèèyàn máa ṣe kí lèèyàn máa ṣe. I am seeing the case mo lè ever jam kó just for Mohbad so I am still there but I would not just attack the families. I will not do all of those things. I will not analyze them, drag them. I will just be praying that whoever that is helping do it very well, whether it's Kemi Olunloyo, whether it's anybody that is working together with them. I pray that may Almighty God help them. Oh Allah, I pray every God, all the God that exists, ẹ bá wa help wọn, ẹ jẹ́ kó rí ṣe, má kó bàjẹ́. Tó bá bàjẹ́ fẹ́ nìkan bàjẹ́ fún gbogbo wa ni, so kó má bàjẹ́ fún anybody. So àdúrà wa nìyẹn. Ṣàngó kì í ṣe Ọlọ́run náà, Ṣàngó bí òrìṣà ní Ṣàngó, òrìṣà ní Ṣàngó. Ṣàngó ọmọ pé Kétu àbí kíní orúkọ ìlú Ṣàngó náà. Ẹ ṣọ́ra yín. So everybody, let's tap on the screen, okay? Eka tap screen, and you guys should keep supporting, okay? Like what I'm doing right now, you see what I'm doing right now. We are growing accounts, and if I have a grow accounting, these are the things. I want all this tout. I want tout is King White. I want wèrè wọ̀nyí. I want òbúkọ àwọn ọmọ wèrè játijàti tí wọ́n lọ kó wá from nínú ìgbẹ́, tí wọ́n lọ kó wá from nowhere. Àwọn torí wọn gangan mo ṣe fẹ́ kí Mohbad ní justice. Torí gbogbo wọn nonsense wọn kí n wá rí live wọn kí n wá rí bí live wọn ṣe máa rí after justice Mohbad. Lẹ́yìn tí àwọn tó ń tì wọ́n lẹ́yìn tí gbogbo wọn bá tábà di kó wọn sẹ́wọ̀n kí n wá rí live wọn dáwà class gbogbo nonsense gbogbo wèrè rẹ̀ tóun náà ń pera ní mùsùlùmí. Ń pera ní mùsùlùmí. Tá dáwà class ọmọ ìdó wèrè tout. Ẹni tó lọ kọ lẹ́tà tó lọ represent tó sọ̀rọ̀ àìdí lọ́ọ̀yà ọ̀sán gangan on competition fake petition ẹ̀yin náà ló ń take it serious wíra rẹ̀ ẹni tó bá ti ní ṣe ó máa ń sá ni tó mọ̀ pé àwọn nonsense tó máa ń ṣe yẹn kò ń last nínú rẹ̀ tí intelligence bá wà tó bá ní mo máa ń sá ni platform yìí mo máa ń jẹ́ gbogbo nǹkan wá sí báyìí ni kí n wo kan tó wà lọ́pọlọ wọn nǹkan tó wà lọ́pọlọ mo fẹ́ máa ó ní mo ń wá mo rí so I mean ọmọ ọlọ́mọ kú tán ẹ wá ń ṣẹ̀tẹ̀ àwọn àjàjà fún justice ẹ wá ń ya àwọn kan sọ́tọ̀ àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ tí mo bá dé fi kún ẹ wá ń ya àwọn sọ́tọ̀ ẹni pé kò lè tọ́ wọn wá ok yẹ kán ṣàlàyé fún wa náà wọ́n ṣe lè ṣàlàyé as big as you guys are bẹ́ẹ̀ ni dàgbà tó ẹ̀ mọ suspect tẹ́ bá rí suspect ìṣesí suspect ẹ̀ mọ́ àbí ẹ̀ mọ ìṣesí suspect ẹni tí ò fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ìyá ọkọ rẹ̀ kú kò lè sọ kò lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ kò lè sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá ń lọ sí interview ìyá ń lọ sí interview ìyàwó lòun ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ ṣé ìyàwó tó fẹ́ love ọmọ ju bàbá àti ìyá ọlọ́mọ lọ ni ìyá ọlọ́mọ àti bàbá ọlọ́mọ wọn ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìwọ onípé ò lè sọ̀rọ̀ ìwọ tó ti ń lá píópíó Mohbad ò tí kú gan ti ń lá píópíó ok so èmi legal team ni ò tí ì jẹ́ ká rí àwọn pípò yìí mú ọ̀rọ̀ ìjọba ọ̀dà kan legal team gbogbo nonsense wọn sọ pé wọ́n kọ lẹ́tà yẹn gan kan máa kọ́ báyìí ni jẹ́ kí n sọ fún ẹ̀yin ẹ̀ mọ̀ wọ́n máa kọ lẹ́tà wọn ò ní send ẹsẹ̀ níwèé ẹ̀yin lẹ́mọ̀ ṣé ìwà mẹ́wàá kan send ẹ̀ ni ṣó ṣojú yín ni a ní pé ká fi public síbẹ̀ ká máa mọ̀ pé bóyá wọ́n ti send nìkan àbí wọ́n ti send nìkan ká máa mọ̀ bóyá bó ṣe ń lọ ká máa bá wọn máa lọ sí anywhere ká máa mọ̀ bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ wọ́n ní pé ká máa fojú sí ká máa fojú sí anything pé àbọ̀ tán bá gbé bá wa tán bá gbé wá bá wa ní ká máa accept nǹkan tán bá gbé wá bá wa ní ká máa accept ká máa wà part of nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe ẹ máa sunkún bá wa kí public wà nù ẹ̀ tá a bá ń lose ká mọ̀ pé à ń lose ká mọ̀ bóyá máa protest ká mọ̀ nǹkan tá a máa ṣe kì í ṣe pé ẹ̀yin fún ara ní family yẹn máa ṣe nǹkan nínú nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe máa níbi ká ló máa protest pé kálámà pé government ṣáwa ya wèrè ni ṣáya wèrè ni kọ́ ọlọ́pàá gbogbo wa méjì ló lọ́n ti mú yẹn tó fẹ́ fèsì trial kò sí ìwọ̀n tẹ́ ṣe sí ẹ wá sọ pé bóyá wọ́n bá mi try nonsense o. Is this all right? It is only in this dress from Mohbad. When Bobrisky was arrested, we see the activity of the lawyer of Bobrisky. It's been paid. Lawyers do give press conference. When Cubana chief priest was arrested, I need to pick this call. You hear briefing. Now, how many briefing have we been having from our own lawyer before Wahab Shittu came? I don't remember. I don't remember any briefing we have been having from Odumosun before Wahab Shittu came. I don't remember. But anyway, ó ti takumo wa lọ́wọ́, ó ti di by force, by fire, by force. Employ èèyàn tí lè sack iṣẹ́ ti bàjẹ́. Kó má yẹ kí wọ́n ti ní nude picture èèyàn kan ti fi ń control ẹ̀. Mo kàn ń sọ tèmi ni o. Tó bá ti ní nude picture èèyàn, àwọn èèyàn wọn kò sí nǹkan tí wọ́n lè ṣe. Bàbá lọ sí Àbújá, bàbá lọ bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ kẹ̀tẹ̀ room tí bàbá sùn sí. I hope pé bóyá wọn ò tí lọ fi kámẹ́rà síbẹ̀ yẹn kán ti lọ máa record ẹjọ́ ayé ẹ má ṣìkà fún wa o. Ẹ máa bà justice yìí jẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ máa bà justice jẹ́ fún wa ẹjọ́ because àwọn tá à ń bá jà yìí kọ́ máa record èèyàn ni kọ́ máa lo against ẹni yẹn. Wùmí ó record Karimo ó lo against Karimo and Karimo gan ò ṣe jáde náà kó wá bá wa parí iṣẹ́ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ tí Karimo bẹ̀rẹ̀ kó ṣe wá bá wa parí ẹ̀. Karimo afa ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ó máa ti ní pé ó fẹ́ hint bàbá Mohbad ó fẹ́ hint ó fẹ́ sọ fún nìkan kan Karimo afa ṣé ká drag Karimo díẹ̀ ní Karimo yá ṣé ká generator yá ẹ bá fa Karimo afa anyway Karimo máa help àwọn tó máa fún justice títà ń bá tó wọn máa fún justice okay. Ẹ máa tag lọ́run ẹ má gbàgbé ẹ̀yin grow host follow for follow TikTok ẹjọ́ mo mention mo pé follow for follow. So the petition of PrimeBoy, I expected PrimeBoy to have followed up with this petition, the petition of Mohammed. All right, Mohammed said that ọbẹ̀ tó fi gún Mohbad ànílọ́wọ́ PrimeBoy lawyer supposed to update the public. All right, PrimeBoy lawyer oya kan pe PrimeBoy lawyer that police yẹn and the lawyer of that police they supposed to call them go to station oya ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ oya tó sọ tó bá tó sọ ó ti di oath nìyẹn ó ti di affidavit nìyẹn. All right, tó bá sọ in an ongoing interrogation ó ti wà it will be used against. Should I off it? Ṣé kí n pa let me come. Was it making noise? Was it making noise? If it's very noisy like this, is it better like this? It's better, all right. Okay. So now, I don't know whether PrimeBoy prime boy lawyer, the police and the lawyer of that police, whether they have gone in to the police for interrogation. We didn't hear. We only hear petition. That's what I'm saying. A lot of darkness is happening in this particular case for Justice Mohbad. A lot of things are happening here. They are using Punch publication láti fi deceive wa. Once tẹ́ bá ti rí ní Punch, ó ti di achievement, ó ti di iṣẹ́ takuntakun. Because we read it on Punch, tí wọ́n gbé síbẹ̀ pé prime boy petition police. Kí ni àbọ̀ petition? The next thing tó máa sọ fún ẹni pé police is corrupt, pé the country is no good. Ọ̀rọ̀ dọwọ́ yín nísìn ẹni pé country is no good. Lawyer Bobrisky adékan tó ṣẹlẹ̀, Cubana chief priest adékan tó ṣẹlẹ̀, every other person tó wà active, Adégòkè Timothy, bàtà follow case wọn adékan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Even case Cliff Otoji, I mean so many cases. Case Denmark, bọ̀bọ̀ kìlọ̀ Peter Nielsen, okay? Gbogbo àwọn case wọ̀nyí, case Billy Aminu l'Abuja, okay? Sanders tó pa Aminu, okay? I follow case yẹn, but ọ̀rọ̀ dọwọ́ yín nísìnyí ó di petition because after petition ìjọba ò dáa. Ẹ mọ bí ìlú ìṣeré náà. Stop nonsense kò lè kọjá, kò lè báyìí kọjá. Ẹ mọ àwọn platform tẹ́tẹ́ ti máa ń sọ àwọn òṣì wọ̀nyẹn. Kí ló dé tí lawyer prime boy ò ṣe lè wọ́n parọ́ mọ́ prime boy àbí? Ṣebí everything wọ́n máa ń parọ́ mọ́ prime boy ni. Okay, kí prime boy náà ìwọ tí wọ́n parọ́ mọ́, ìwọ náà ó wà silent, wọ́n parọ́ mọ́ ẹ, o lè wá síta kó jà fún ara ẹ, kó dé criminal court. Ẹ wá fi criminal court dẹ́rù bàyàn. Èmi ló ní lẹ́mọ̀ bí criminal court ṣe ń function. How many of you guys know how criminal court function? Let me tell you. If you don't understand, let me tell you. When you commit an offense, listen. When a crime is committed, all right, it is either you are committing that crime in front of a police arrest you and take you to custody. Because police have evidence that you committed that crime, you become a suspect. All right? In the police custody, they keep you somewhere where suitable. Now, if the crime was committed, then later after 9 days, like Mohbad case, then police hear about it later, not immediately. Police will invite everybody, you come. When they invite this one, if this person that came mentions someone else's name, they will go after that person until they gather every relevant person. Okay? Then when they are bringing you, anytime they bring you, they take this one, put in separate room. Put this one separate room. That's how they do. It depends. The investigator, they are smart enough, they know their job. They will question this person, what happened? Question that person, what happened? At the end of the day, they will see who every finger is pointing towards. If every finger is pointing towards one particular person, okay, even if police don't have evidence, at that moment that person becomes a suspect. That's how investigation work. If 10 of you are somewhere, somebody died there, okay, 8 person is pointing finger on you that you did it, police will hold you down. You have to understand there are 4 evidences that the court recognize. Testimonial evidence, that's witness. Physical evidence, that is either video, anything audio, anything recorded, knife, anything object, physical, okay? Documentary evidence and descriptive evidence, that is using science, all right? So now, a witness is an evidence. You have to understand that. A witness, an eyewitness, is an evidence, and a cogent evidence. All right? So now, when police interrogates these people, it is only the police that have the right to declare somebody a suspect. Me and you cannot call somebody a suspect. We only say it maybe in English language, for example, but by law, when a person becomes a suspect, you're supposed to be in detention or they bail you. Like Sammy Larry, Naira Marley, they are not free people. They are not free. Sammy Larry, Naira Marley, Nurse, Prime Boy, and Spending, they are still suspect as things stands. They must still go to the State Criminal Investigation Department to sign every week. To sign. The remaining persons, when something happen, okay, like me, sometimes all of us will say, Wunmi is a suspect, Adura is a suspect. That is just English language according to you. All right, but the right word to use is that they are witness. Ojú wọn ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀, ìṣojú wọn ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀. They were there when it happened. They are either witness or person of interest, somebody that knows about it. All right, now you become a suspect by law after the interrogator or the IPO, investigating police officer, ask you some questions and you are incriminated, and with the way you answer it, the person suspects that this person has violated the law, okay, and they detain you. Once police declare you suspect, they detain you. All right, and now when they detain you, they continue in an investigation to have more fact, because police want to win case. It is not the happiness of a police that after they have suspected somebody as a suspect and they take that person to court and court don't convict that person. It means police lost that case. The same way, no hospital wants anybody to die in their hospital. No hospital wants it. Same way, no police, by naturally, no police want any criminal to go unpunished or want any suspect to go unpunished. Because for them to declare you suspect means they are intelligent enough to understand you have committed a crime. So they are very careful to be sure that this case, they can win it when they get to court. All right? Like the Funshaw Williams case. The case of Funshaw Williams. The reason why Funshaw Williams did not get justice today, the 6 suspects that were detained, in fact, that were detained by the police and charged to court, police lost that case. Why? Okay, because police did not have much evidence. Police said it's conspiracy, that one of the suspects is a bodyguard of Williams, that's the policeman. He used the phone of Williams suspect, Funshaw Williams, to call another person. When they get to high court, the judge asks, he said, where is the call log? Where is the voice? Why didn't you go to the telecommunication company and get the evidence and bring it? Police did not do it. Judge said, I cannot sentence that there's no evidence. Don't just tell me that, because somebody used somebody's phone to call. Just like Spending right now. Like Spending. What they were spending for? When they get to court, they will free Spending. All right? I'm coming to that case. You say Spending is for conspiracy. How? You have to go and bring the call log, the voice of Spending and the nurse. You must bring it out. That is the evidence you can use to send Spending to jail. That is the evidence. If they take the call between nurse and Spending, let me say the scene, they can see where Spending called the nurse. Spending tell the nurse, how far? We have a job here for you. How far? The same way we will take that guy that time. We will give an injection. We get another job. We have another job here. Please come with tetanus injection. This person have ulcer, okay? We know if you give tetanus, the tetanus can kill the person. So bring ceftriaxone, bring that thing, okay? Because we know what he's allergic to. We know what he doesn't like. Put that thing in his body. Put it. So how much you want? 5 million? No. We'll give you 2 million. No. Everything is expensive now. Let's make it 4 million. No. Okay, I'll think about it. Give me 24 hours. I'm in Cotonou right now. I need more time to think about it. You know, it's not easy. It's everywhere safe. The camera, have you guys taken the camera out? We have taken the camera out. There is no camera. Okay, are you sure everything is fine? Okay, check everywhere. Okay, everywhere is checked. if you can establish this, if you can bring this evidence to court as a police, you can send Spending to jail, conspiracy. But you don't have this evidence, and you are holding Spending down. You are just holding Spending down. When you get to court, the judge will ask you, just because he may call the nurse, is that what makes him conspiracy? I beg, free this boy. That is the case for Spending. Now, I'm talking about the criminal court. When a police, okay, an IPO, detain a suspect, this suspect, okay, especially in southern Nigeria, in northern Nigeria, if you kill somebody, let me say the police come, they catch you, where you use knife to kill somebody, okay, police have evidence, you kill somebody. In northern Nigeria, you cannot be bailed, all right? But in southern Nigeria, that is west, east, and south, okay? Southern Protectorate, you can be bailed. Even anybody who kill somebody can be bailed. Almost all offense can be bailed in southern Nigeria, unless treason against the country, offense against the whole country. Now, I'm narrating, I'm still talking about the police investigation. When they detain a person, police must find more evidence. And when police have more evidence, then police will now file that case. They will prepare a file for that case and send it to the DPP. To DPP, they are the one that prosecutes the case. They are the one that carry on the case to court. They are the one that will show whether the case is good enough to fly, to go to court. Police will arrest you that you are the one who did it. Like Arifa and Veron. Arifa and Veron, they are accused to have committed an offense. Their offense is not civil court. It's not civil court. Okay? The people who reported them reported it to the police, and then police had to investigate. Anything that police will investigate, that police will take the person to court is a crime. The police will take it to criminal court, not civil court. When me I take it to court is different from when police take it to court. Police will only take it to criminal court. All right? Where the state will try you. The state will decide whether, yes, truly you did that thing or not. All right? So now, in this case, we have 5 suspects. All right? Prime Boy, Spending, Nurse, Naira Marley, and Sammy Larry. Wunmi, by law, by the police, is not the suspect. Wunmi doesn't have any business in the criminal court. As things stand, the file of these guys has been sent to the DPP. In the preliminary report since last year, they have sent the file of these 5 persons to the DPP. All right? Wunmi was not part of those sent there. Adura was not part. Darusha was not part. Are you guys following me? Now in the criminal court, when they get there, before they get there, okay, when police arrest you, you are a suspect. You are a suspect. But when your police has forwarded your case to the court, and your case is now in court, you are now called a new name. You are no longer a suspect, because you are going to court to defend yourself. They call you defendant. You are now a defendant, okay, that will defend yourself against whatever the police have said against you. Now, let me say I'm Prime Boy, and I want to defend myself, all right? I'm only going to tell the court, I did not fight. My lawyer of Prime Boy will be telling court, my clients did not fight, okay? So when people are saying that in come and shell any criminal court, everybody law, kill over shell any criminal court. If police don't arrest somebody, but then the criminal court. I do not understand. She don't command the criminal court just like that. Police have not arrested women. You guys are saying when we get to criminal court. How will we get to criminal court? You have to do everything. Petition, follow it up until police arrest women. Don't be having fake hope. Fake hope. Berekatensha investigation. Auntie Shelley. Papa, you talk too much. You constantly underground, labe carpet. You walk over on camera. Oh, shenkan. Very dark man. She be very dark man. Very dark man used to go to Corona inquest, Abi. When very dark man speak, you listen to his intelligence. Okay? But when me I'm speaking, until I go to Corona inquest before you know that I do something. Don't listen. Okay? Keep deceiving yourself. I'm trying, Jenny. You feed me, no. Now my turn, now my data, now my energy, now they consume. So, I talk, like you come out, you can't come out. You know they feed each other. And if I want to discuss, you come up with discuss. So now, in the criminal court, Prime Boy will be, if I'm Prime Boy lawyer, let me say I am Prime Boy lawyer, all right? There's an accusation that my client was the one who caused the injury on Mohbad hand, okay? Me, I am Prime Boy lawyer. Your lordship, okay, or before your honorable, okay, the court. My client don't know how to fight, has never fought in his life. Is only a good person. He doesn't even know what is fight. Okay, he doesn't know how to throw punch. Abi, can you throw punch? He's never engaged. He doesn't have anything like this in his life. Okay, and now we are having the police accusation of my client that my client fought. I was so surprised when I heard of this. Like, I know my honorable court will never admit such. Okay. A fight without no video, without no recording, a fight without no exchange of punch. I will want my fellow colleague to describe what is fight. Fight, to the best of my knowledge, the Black Dictionary, means an exchange of a punch, exchange of blow. That's what fight means. If it is one way, it is only assault. Mohbad only assaulted my client. My client was peaceful enough. He was trying to separate fight. Okay, and they assaulted him. So how did he cause injury on the deceased? Can we have an evidence of my client fighting? Or how does my client was not aware that Mohbad got injured in the first place. He was not aware. In fact, he never see any injury on Mohbad. In fact, according to my client, Mohbad assaulted him, and the punch was not that heavy. It was just like maybe like trying to. He was furious. Okay, he was just trying to exert his anger. Okay, but in a moderate way, because by law, people act reasonably sometimes. They act a reasonable amount of force. Okay, we don't know how Mohbad might have acted reasonably in a controlled manner, because I don't think Mohbad will want to kill his friend, or Mohbad will want to hurt his friend so badly that his friend will die. I want to think it has to be reasonable. Okay, so how come does the reasonable amount of force that was applied by Mohbad, okay, how come that force, how come he punched through the glass, as the police have said, and he did not even have injury in his knuckles, that is his fist, but we saw injury that he was having somewhere in the forearm. Okay, so I don't think that this honorable court will want to entertain, you know, an unfounded, circumstance, an unfounded conspiracy. This is an attempt to, it's an attempt to stain the good name of my client. I'm defending Prime Boy now. All right. So now, can police prove to us that Prime Boy fought? Then, if I am police, then police may come. We say we have evidence that Prime Boy fought. Oh yeah, Mohammed, you say you have knife that Mohbad used. Oh yeah, come bring your knife. So you have knife that Prime Boy used. Oh yeah, bring that knife. Bring that knife. Then now, state prosecutor. I want to be okay. Can anybody be lawyer here? Who can do lawyer here? Come up. Do we have any law student here? Come up. Let's play back.
My lord, it was substantiated that this man had a duel with the deceased.
Sorry, guys. Is his voice coming out very well? I think it's a little bit low for me. I don't know for you guys.
If you can hear me very well, if you can listen to me, sir.
Let's ask the people. I mean, forget me. I can manage. Okay, go on. People can hear you. Go on.
My lord, there was a concrete evidence that there was a rancor between them, which made the deceased launched an attack against Prime Boy. It wasn't substantiated that this man retaliated, which is Prime Boy in question retaliated. But I want to engage the lawyer of the accused here, the Prime Boy, quote and unquote, Prime Boy is the accused. Let me not be calling his name.
Defendant.
Yeah, I want to engage you as a lawyer now. My learned colleague, do you know that there should be something that has transpired before the deceased could launch an attack on your client? Please answer yes or no. Something transpired.
It could be anything.
Thank you for that clarification. Now I'm putting it to you that something transpired, and that what transpired is that this Prime Boy, your client, purposefully, and I will not use ignorantly, purposefully made mockery of the deceased here, infuriated the deceased to launch an attack on him. With that being known, there is something hidden in your client that had made him purposefully infuriated the deceased. If I may ask again, my learned colleague, can you tell us why your client purposefully infuriated deceased in this question, in this case, going forward?
Okay. You say again, as I have earlier said, I said we have ample of evidences. We work with evidences. Sorry, we do not work by sight. We do not work by hearsay, but we work by evidences. We have a witness evidence, my lord, from spending, confirming that our client, the defendant, was only acted to maintain peace, to stop the couple, that is the Mohbad and the wife, from causing disturbances in the public by acting reasonably, telling his friend verbally not to disturb the public, because they were supposed to be, they were meant to be there for a public show, but not to be causing disturbances in the public. But as a result, it was said that the deceased was a little bit drunk, or he was let me use the word drunk, okay? So as a result, he overreacted. He was not in his normal mind. So the deceased opened the door and asked that our client come down from the car. And our client was trying to put the situation under control. But before our client could realize what was ongoing, there was a barrage of attack and of assault on our client. And we have a witness there who was pending. And in all of this attack, our client never exchanged punch with the deceased. So I'm putting this straight to my, colleague. This is a question to you. How else can someone cause an injury on somebody without attacking that person or without having to exchange with that person? Can you please help us clarify there?
Thank you. In front of this honorable court today, my lord, my learned colleague have tried his possible best to exonerate the defendant here. But I have some question further. What are these questions, my lord? Is that it has been stated here by my learned colleague that it wasn't Prime Boy. It wasn't only Prime Boy was not the only one in the vehicle. And as a matter of fact, there are other barrage of people in that vehicle that can testify to the scene, to what happened, to what transpired. This is the next line of question, my lord. To my learned colleague here, why was that fight that ensued between the deceased and Prime Boy wasn't directed to spending, quote and unquote? You mentioned spending, my learned colleague. Why wasn't it directed to spending? Why was it directed to Prime Boy? I want to state my fact again. I've stated it earlier that Prime Boy purposefully infuriated the deceased, that made the deceased launched that attack on him. Now, there are some hidden facts here, which I want this honorable court to unveil. Is that the transcript of what transpired in that vehicle is unknown and might be a very deep secret to this honorable court. But we can all decipher that Prime Boy infuriated the deceased, and it was only Prime Boy that had that fight with the deceased. It wasn't Spending. And as a matter of fact, apart from what Spending said, that they were not having the deceased and the wife were not having physical fist. They were not having physical battle. It was only Prime Boy that the deceased has a physical battle with. They were only bantering. They were only exchanging words. Now, the deceased have a personal fight to do, a physical fight to do, not even the wife in this case. How did this happen? Now, the next line of question to my learned colleague here is that, can you substantiate further that Prime Boy was only settling a fight, or he was settling an amicable quarrel, which is not physical, just exchange of banters and words? Was he trying to separate them from talking to each other, or was there a physical fight between the deceased and the wife? How did it aggravate to physical fight with him? I submit at this point.
So again, I do not think that your honorable should entertain unfounded truth, submissions that are just based
Objection.
on
Objection, my lord. Objection, my lord.
Objection overruled. I do not think that it is respectful before this honorable court to, at this point in time, especially in a very serious case like this, for this court to entertain unfounded truth that are just based on emotions, sentiment. First of all, I want to put this directly to you, my fellow colleague. It was said from from the IPO statement, the investigating police officer statement, that the injury that was caused on the deceased was in the process of our client trying to punch Mohbad trying to punch our client, and our client dodged, then Mohbad punched through the Prado Jeep glass. First of all, I want our colleague to tell me how possible Mohbad would have punched through the Prado Jeep glass and would have sustained an injury somewhere in his forearm and not his fist. How did that work? Did he punch the glass using his fist or somewhere in his forearm? So can you please establish the cause of that injury first? Let's see how possible, how the injury was, sustained in the first place before we connect that to anybody. Whether we don't know where that injury is coming from, but let's see how the injury, had occurred. So my fellow colleague, maybe you want to reference the pathologist report. If you want to reference the pathologist report, maybe we can bring the pathologist to help us at this point, because I don't think my fellow colleague is privileged to such information. So, but you can quote any of the statements that has been stated from the autopsy report, and let's see how you can be able to prove that, my fellow colleague. I yield.
My lord, it is very unfortunate that my learned colleague here is beating around the bush trying to exonerate his client. But without video proof, without enough quantifiable evidence, apart from the witness oral statement, without the oral statements from the witness around the crime scene, I withdraw the crime scene again, around the scene of the event. It was these suspects, let me use them as suspects, or witness, let me use suspects, witness, that have said there was a fight that transpired. There was no video to back up that claim, and there was no video going further that backed up the claim that the deceased hit his hand on a glass. Now, let us now come emotionless here, my lord. I want you to devoid yourself of the emotions, my lord, my learned colleague, and the honorable court, which are the listeners in this case, to devoid yourself of emotions here. There is no video proof that the deceased hit his hand on a glass. How can it be possible? How possibly can that be that we have degraded ourselves to believe that the deceased sustained that injury from hitting a glass, whereas no proof to that, except the witness in this case putting their statements as an evidence orally. I submit to this honorable court of law that let us be devoid of emotions and let us come together and reason that if there was a fight that ensued, really, it was aggravated by Prime Boy, and he might not have retaliated, but he purposefully infuriated the deceased And without video evidence, we couldn't know. We wouldn't know what the prime boy actually did to the deceased, because there wasn't an evidence that this man, which is the deceased in this case, hit his hand on the glass. I want to call on the attention of this honorable court to subject the police to bring that vehicle as an evidence. Let them bring people that can analyze the force that could hit a glass that could have made that injury possible in the first place. Without that, my honorable court, we can't ascertain that the injury was sustained by hitting just the glass. We can also ascertain that prime boy did something. We can also not be able to ascertain that he did anything. In this point, with these few points, I submit that there is no evidence to say prime boy is not liable to face the consequences here, because there is one thing standing as an evidence here, that they had an issue. They had a physical issue which made the injury possible. Or well, we cannot at the same ascertain that it was the glass that put the injury there, or it was prime boy that purposely put the injury there, because there was no evidence. I submit at this point.
All right. I want to thank my fellow colleague for proving our point. The major reason for us to be here in the first place was to prove that our client never had a fight, and which I'm happy that our colleague has also been using, has been using the word like if there was a fight. So our colleague is not sure. So it means, again, as I said, this is a kind of degrading this court to stand before this honorable court with no sufficient evidence and want to convict an innocent person, and want to see that an innocent person goes down for a crime that was committed by another person.
Objection, my
This
lord.
will not best represent.
Objection, my lord. Objection, my lord.
Objection.
My learned colleague here has been able to prove a part of what I've said. And as we know, there are no one side to a coin. There is always a two side to a coin. And I have possibly put the two sides on the table to show that if there was a personal injury, or there was an injury sustained with the duel within prime boy and the deceased, definitely this is a personal issue between the deceased and the accused there, which is my client's, which is my learned colleague's client. I plead this court of law to press further on prime boy to tell us why the deceased sent him out of the car. Did he quench the quarrel that was going on within the deceased and his wife because they were having physical fights, or they were only having issues based on talk, issues based orally? There is a loophole. There is something hidden there, which I want this honorable court to strip themselves of their emotion and hold prime boy very well to tell us really why he was sent out of the car. Was it because he tried to meddle into the personal affairs of the deceased, or was it because he had a personal duel with the deceased? Because we have already substantiated that if he was sent out of the car because he was having he quenched the fight between these two lover beds, then definitely that is a good thing. I don't think the deceased would have sent you out of the car because you are trying to quench the fight between him and his wife in question now. So I submit to this honorable court that the fight wasn't between the deceased and the wife. The fight was directly between the deceased and Prime Boy. I submit.
Again, I do not know why my fellow colleague keep gallivanting and keep, going up and down. We are not here, just to remind my fellow colleague, we are not here to establish who the deceased had a fight with. What we are here to establish is that the deceased never had a fight with our client. The deceased could have had a fight with anybody, anywhere. It could be on the bridge, it could be at home, it could be anywhere. Okay? But from what we have evidence, and a cogent evidence of an eyewitness who witnessed the incident and who had reported before this honorable court that our client at no point exchanged blow or punch or even attempted to hurt the deceased. And for my colleague to continue to put in emotions into this, I want to remind my fellow colleague that we are before the State High Court. The court doesn't function on emotions. I will urge my fellow colleague to reason reasonably. The question you are asking has been answered, not by one, not by two, by more people. It was said that there was an argument between the deceased and the wife, to an extent that the wife had to even, the wife was seen in the car. I will describe this, my lord. The wife was seen in the car folding the cloth of the cloth that the deceased was wearing. The wife was seen folding this cloth tight, okay, on the neck of the deceased, so hard. They were in a very acrimonial argument or bitter argument. We have an evidence by Spending, who said that he witnessed this. Why don't we invite Spending to come and tell us what he saw and the kind of terrible statement that was uttered at the point between the wife and the deceased? Maybe that would have led to something else elsewhere, because according to the witness report, it was said that the wife told the deceased that I will end your career the same way Lil Frosh's career was ended. This is too much for a wife to be telling the husband at a public space. It will make any good friend to wanting to come in and maintain peace and make peace to reign. Our client is a good man, and that is why, and the deceased trusts his guide. If the deceased don't trust him, he will not invite him. The deceased could have invited other persons, but he chose to invite his friend and even chose to sit at the back seat because he didn't want his friend to be far away from him.
At this point, my lord.
And by my lord, I'm going to submit here, the last one. It is expected of any reasonable person to act reasonably. And so, our client was in a place where there was a public disturbance. Public disturbance is not encouraged. And we all know how it can develop and become. Acrimonial argument can develop into fight even later. And so, my lord, I want us to conduct more investigation on who fought the deceased. But notwithstanding, I think our client should be discharged of this charge by the police because it is just unfounded. It is degrading to this court, and it's a stain of name to our client. So I will urge Your Honor to discharge this case, collapse this case. There is no prima facie, there is nothing established, there's only emotions flying out of my colleague here. So my lord, again, it will be better that our client is discharged and can go and continue with his normal life.
At this point, my lord, my colleague here has actually exonerated our team because my colleague here rightly said, which wasn't put in his mouth. He rightly said that the wife of the deceased locked and clogged the deceased's clothes, whereas Prime Boy was at the scene. Going by intelligence here, my lord, are you supposed, as Prime Boy, are you supposed to fight a deceased, whereas he wasn't the one locking the wife's clothes? The wife was clogging on his clothes. How come, if my colleague here can substantiate further, how come the fight now ensued between Prime Boy and the deceased and not the deceased trying to calm the wife? Okay, the deceased, the Prime Boy is trying to calm the deceased by uttering a statement according to some witness have said. They say he uttered a statement that infuriated this deceased. My lord, let us be devoid of emotion. This is a clear case of purposefully inciting violence. And I must put it right. We must not be emotional. We must be devoid of our emotions here. My learned colleague here is talking out of emotions. He is trying his best to defend his client, no doubt. But at this point, we can't go further by tampering on the justice system. It is criminal to incite violence. It is. My lord, Prime Boy incited, purposefully infuriated the deceased because it is not auguring. How can the wife clogged on the husband's clothes and the fight now ensued between the deceased and Prime Boy? You said you are trying to pacify a fight, but at the end of the day, the fight ends. Definitely, there is a loophole there. There is something hidden that is not being said. And I will urge this court of law to please not discharge and acquaint the accused here. Let him be brought in or took in for further questioning. And this question must be based on the fact that what and what did you say? What and what were they saying? What and what did you say to pacify the fight? If you have said they were having an issue, was the fight personal? Were they having physical fight? Was it an oral fight? What did you say that made that fight become yours, that had made the deceased send you out of the car and even probed further to want to eat you? My lord, this is just straightforward. There is an inciting word, or there was an inciting action from my learned colleague's client to infuriate the deceased. My lord, let us just drop all these matters and take in more consideration into the fact that something aggravated the deceased about the man. He followed up to launch a punch on, and who knows, my lord, if the Prime Boy dodged the punch and inflicted some bruises. My lord, we can't take anything away from this case. We need to put everything into cognizance that something might have led to something, But the first thing that have led to the other things that have led to the fight and that have led to the deceased unalived now. The first line of action was Prime Boy meddling into personal affairs of the deceased. Why? What was happening? What were they discussing before you meddle into that personal affairs? Now, the question is, why did you not pacify by trying to calm the wife, which in this case, according to my learned colleague, was infuriated by clogging on the husband's clothes? You did not pacify that one. You said something. I'm putting it to cause now that you said something to this deceased that have infuriated the deceased to come on you, to want to fight you, as the case may be. Having said all this, my lord, let us bring Prime Boy in for further questioning. I submit. Meanwhile, guys, this is just personal. This is not personal. We are just trying to play the devil's advocate. It's not as if I'm soliciting for anybody or anything, but this is an open case that if we are good people, we shouldn't judge anyone. We should just wait for the right people to do their job, to call on them to do their job, and not to side any side of the thing. This death might have come from anywhere. Let us open our mind devoid of emotions. You know, if I am to defend Prime Boy too, to me, he doesn't have any case because he wasn't there when the guy died. He wasn't. So we are just playing devil's advocate. I don't know where Papariano has gone to anyways, but I have been able to submit that there was something that happened in that car that Prime Boy is not saying. You have explained to us that you were there all through. What were they arguing? What was the cause of the fight? Can you provide more insights? According to one of the live I was on and I was listening and Prime Boy was there, he said they were arguing on maybe paternity or DNA or something. Now, could that have generated to him wanting to fight you? Did you say to him that guy Otito Iwolulomo that made him feel like why would my friend be saying this? Why would my friend not be my own backbone? Why would my friend be siding my wife? So we just need to open our mind. We just need to open our heart to options to look at every possible outcome of this case. And I want to say something that justice is not by meting an injustice to someone else. Justice is justice. If you want justice, you find justice and not met an injustice to another person because you are looking for justice for someone else.
Lawyer, you see the you see the.
So I have submitted Papariano that.
Yeah. Our client is discharged now. Our client is discharged now. No evidence now.
No evidence.
No evidence. No prima facie. No prima facie.
Without evidence,
you cannot convict him without evidence.
Explain, Taya.
I saw you go explain, Taya.
Anyway, whenever you want to play the devil advocate like this, I'm always like to argue blindly at times, to argue with facts, to argue for people. You know, I'm not a lawyer.
It's not easy to.
Always entertaining.
The same thing is gonna be for Wumi too. Wumi, but first, I don't know. Can you defend? Can you defend Wumi? Because me, I will send Wumi to jail if I'm a lawyer.
She even get more defense than Baba Mohbad self.
No, Ta, I will the talk. Yeah, defend Wumi.
I tell you, Papariano, I declare you.
Oh yeah, defend Wumi. Let's go.
Baba. I must tell you the truth.
What are you saying? Let's go. Forget about Mohbad. I mean,
I deal with you. I'm not. I'm not.
Let's start.
But I can't.
My lord, my honorable, my your honor. First, let me say the police, me and the prosecutor, okay? This is the prosecutor's case. So this is the charge that we bring against Wumi. One, We bring a case of negligence against Wunmi. We bring a case of conspiracy to commit felony. Conspiracy against Wunmi. We bring a case of aiding and abetting against Wunmi. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3. Let me see which one. We are counting, this charge now. Let's see the count charges. Let's see which one. Because we have to make it big so that anyone, if you escape some, go fear escape some. We have negligence, we have aiding and abetting, we have which one again? Which case can we put on Wunmi again?
You can also put contempt to the court now. They have been calling out to come and take this DNA.
No, that's not what killed Mohbad now. We are talking about what killed Mohbad. We will get there. So let me see what I have in here. We have conspiracy, we have aiding and abetting, we have negligence. Okay. Now we want to connect Wunmi to the death of Mohbad. Okay. So we have a charge. The argument is going to be that Wunmi's action was what killed Mohbad. One, Wunmi's action was part of what killed Mohbad. Okay, and Wunmi plotted with those that killed Mohbad. Where are these people coming from? All right, are you ready?
Stay with you, Abayano. I'm here.
Okay.
Seated and ready to defend my client, Mrs. Wunmi,
All right.
Cynthia Aloba.
Your Honor, my court. Your Honor, the court. The state prosecutor before this honorable court is only here to do the right thing that will ensure that the deceased gets justice. And the defendant, the wife of the deceased that is in front of this court today, or that my colleague has come to represent here today, has been charged with many offenses by the police. Don't forget, for her to be there, police must have charged her. You agree to that, right?
Move on, my colleague. Move on.
Yes, just want to let you know. So many offenses as charged by the police in their effort to diligently unravel the cause of the deceased's death. And she has been found to have been part and also acted in a way that all of us will agree that her actions killed her husband. First, we want to start with the case of negligence. At this point, I will first want to reference the autopsy. The autopsy report, as it stands, shows that the cause of death cannot be ascertained. So, and even if we must know what killed this person, we must be able to take serious the actions of the last persons that were with this disease. Their action aggravated and was part of what caused the disease death. It was said that the disease had a very serious, bitter argument with the wife. Just like in the case of Sanders and Aminu. So they had a bitter argument from home on the way to the show. After the show, after a joyous moment, it was confirmed that the wife promised the husband few days before the death of the husband, before the mysterious, unclear death of the husband. The wife promised the husband that I will end your career, just like Lil Frosh's career ended. And in that same bitter argument, it got to the extent where the wife was seen locking the cloth of the deceased around the neck of the deceased. An attempt, because the deceased was proven to be drunk, an attempt to suffocate him. But thank God for Prime Boy, his childhood friend, who acted quickly and rescued his friend from the hands of the wife. So Prime Boy, who could have even rescued Mohbad if he had gone home, he was no longer there. If Prime Boy was not there at the show, Mohbad would have been suffocated. At this point now, Prime Boy could not go home with Mohbad. So Mohbad left the show premises. And now, on their way going, we have an evidence, a witness evidence, name Spending, confirming to us that even at the junction, at Ottich Junction, at the point that led to the deceased home, the wife was still in an argument to the extent that the wife who was carrying a baby had to give the baby to the friend of the deceased because she was ready. Objectively, for somebody to carry her baby and give to someone else, she must be prepared for something even more physical. My Lord, we must take serious the actions of these characters that were with the deceased. If we must ensure that the deceased get justice. It was obvious that the fight, the argument that continued from home to show, after show, on the way home, still continue at home. After the Orchard Junction, the wife said, I don't want to go home. There have to be something grievous that was happening that made the deceased to say, no, we have to go home. We have a home. The wife must have some interior motive that she wanted to accomplish. Because even when the husband was saying, let's go home, she was so eager that she would not go home. But eventually, the situation was brought under control. They got home. When they got home, in the statement of the wife said in the inquest that she and her husband were engaged in a conversation that many has proven to be a quarrel and an argument, even the reason why a fight must have ensued that would have possibly taken the life of the deceased. The wife or the girlfriend, the baby mama, said in her statement that is with the prosecutor, with the police, when she was asked about what ensued that night, according to her, she and her husband were in a discussion until 3:43 a.m. of Tuesday morning, the day the husband died. Many, she called it conversation. Many call it fights and argument. But my Lord, nobody will ever commit a crime and willfully submit to it that yes, they committed a crime. But they will continue to be in denial until they are proven. My Lord, I have been showing that the action of this person is so enormous enough for us to say that her action culminated to the reason why the deceased could not even raise his hands. It was proven that the deceased was at home throughout with her on Monday. What were they doing? The deceased didn't go to the hospital. She said the deceased had injury that cannot be proven. We want to believe that the answer of what killed her husband is in her hand. And so, these are the things that probably the police have not done, which we want the court to give us order to go and check. We want to do more investigation into the Canadian visa or the US visa. Okay? And it was proven that she was so promiscuous. And her husband came to find out about that. That was a bitter argument that she was. She was so shocked that her husband came to find out that she was promiscuous, that the baby she have in her hand does not belong to her husband. So any woman want to act very quick, knowing fully how rich the husband is, will want to do everything to see that they claim the estate of this person, because this person has wealth in his hand. So we want to check to see whether, first I want to put up a question to the wife. Can you tell this honorable court whether or not the baby you are carrying in your hand, did your husband, as said by Prime Boy said that the father of this child disclaimed to be the father of this child when he was alive. He doubted the paternity of this child. First, can you confirm to us whether the father of this child doubted the paternity of this child? And are you 100% sure that the father, that the deceased is the original father to this baby? That's my first question to you. Go on, my colleague.
To this honorable court, although my learned colleague here has wrongfully accused my client, but it can be pardoned out of ignorance. He has tried to accuse my client of promiscuity, which is baseless and cannot be phantomed. It is not humanly possible that a man can stay in a relationship.
Let me tell you something. Everybody, please wait. This guy is not our class. Our class can never have a conversation with me. He doesn't even like to talk to me, okay? I know Dawa class, but this is not Dawa class. People should stop tagging him as Dawa. Please stop.
I beg you, this
I
is
don't
just
block
play.
people. I know
We
Dawa
just a
class
play.
very well.
We are just playing on the
Dawa
intelligence
class
of.
can't. He doesn't even want to stay anywhere I am. Okay. If he comes here, no matter, it's not about fake account or real account. Dawa class can't discuss with me. Take that for that. You can try to invite him. He will not. He cannot have this kind of discussion. So please stop tagging this person as Dawa. Please go on.
So my to this honorable court, my lord, my learned colleague here has displayed some ignorance by wrongfully accusing my client of promiscuity.
Okay. Can I bring some people up? Because I'll be very busy right now. I have to do something. I know I'm doing a show. But my things are priority. Okay.
Yeah, I just hope. Okay, well, I just
Do
hope
some
you
people want to come up? Sorry, 1 minute. Who wants to come up and continue? Have a conversation because I have to do something. All right. Like I have a lot of things that I work on. I make money on things. So I have to. My time is very important right now. Who wants to come up? Anybody wants to come up? Anybody wants to come up? Send request if you want to come up. I'm not going account right now. There's time for everything. Who wants to be at the discussion? Nobody want to have issue with women. Let me see. How can I do this now? How can I do this? How can I do this? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say that. I need to get something done now. That is the thing.
Like how many minutes? So that
It's gonna take time. It's a full. I have to do something for somebody. I'm a freelancer. I do things. I have to pick up some things together. It's a job, so I need to concentrate. But the live stream will keep on running. That's it. Unless maybe you can keep talking, but I will off the camera. I will not be here. But you can keep talking. If you want to really talk to people, you can keep talking. But for me, my time is going to be needed. And because I could have just be growing people's account. I also grow account, so I can be growing account. And let me put my picture there because I need to also have my hand on you. You can go to Twitter and fight. We will come for you. We will see later. How about that? We will still see later. Tell me what you see. Perfect paradise. Tearing at the seams. I wish I could escape it. I don't wanna. We have CNN offer. You have not used it. We have BBC offer. You have not used it. You want to go to Twitter. Yeah? These people, they sick. Some of you guys are sick. And I don't blame you. You don't know anything. That's why you are here. That's why you go around. You are trying to help, but nobody is trying to execute that help. It's nonsense. All right. Very dark man that said I don't.